theologically, do you consider Shias to be Muslim?
Anybody who says La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah and prays and has a religiosity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the love of the Messenger, I consider him to be a Muslim, unless and until something comes from this person that clearly negates a very basic understanding of Islam. So, generally speaking, any group, Sunni or Shia, who says La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah and has worship basically of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and an acceptance of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the messenger, this person is a Muslim unless and until something comes that negates that Islam. And therefore, in my estimation, and I've said this many times, we accept all people who say the kalima and show signs of religiosity, unless and until something comes that negates that. So if we come across a Shia and we find him praying and having, respect for the signs of Islam, we will assume this person to be a Muslim. But there are certain elements that if we find in anybody, let me give you an example that is neither Sunni or Shia. If we come across somebody who says the kalima, but then he believes in a man being a prophet, or even worse, a man being God himself, it doesn't matter, his kalima will be negated, correct? So there are certain extremist Shiite tendencies. They are not mainstream. Sunnis sometimes make them mainstream in Shiism. They're not. For example, the claim that the Quran has been corrupted. I'll be very frank here, as a theologian, anybody who says, I don't care if he's a Sunni or he's a progressive, because there are progressives that say the same thing. Liberals or Muslim, whatever the term you use, if you believe the book of Allah has not been preserved, it doesn't matter, your kalima has been negated, right? So these are the points here, is that generically, the Sunnis and Shiites are Muslim, yes. But when you come to a specific individual and you find an ideology or a theology that negates the kalima, then no, I would not consider this to be Islam.
I'm glad that we talked about the anti-Sunni rhetoric by certain Shias like Yasser Habib. I'm glad you made that point. I think it's very important.